Hello my Mahjong friends, welcome to the weekly Mah Jongg Class Clinic. In this clinic we are reviewing the basics, tips, and strategies all about Mahjong as we play on ilovemahj. In this tutorial we're learning and discussing all about the 2025 card and switching hands and the switchable hands specifically for the category consecutive run. I'm so glad you're here. Type in the comments below anything you'd like to learn or any questions you have while I play, and I love hearing from you. Before we get started, please subscribe to show how much you love and support the Mah Jongg Class channel. Thank you for all your love and support that you've given over the last several videos. Thank you for watching these videos and being part of the Mah Jongg Class YouTube channel. Please don't forget to give thumbs up to indicate your approval or enthusiasm about this Mah Jongg Class video, and share with Mahjong friends all about the Mah Jongg Class YouTube channel. We all need to learn and grow together. Thank you for always engaging and adding comments and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing from you and chatting. You can also share a thanks of appreciation for the content on this channel by clicking on the thanks button. It means the world to me that you show up each week and give so much love and support to the Mah Jongg Class channel. It helps this channel grow and lets YouTube know that you like the content. Thank you again for being here. We are lucky enough that Oh My Mahjong offers a shopping discount code for the Mah Jongg Class channel. Please use the code MAHJ Class. You will receive 10% off your order. That's MAHJ CLASS. Oh My Mahjong has dozens of mats to dress up your table or to assist you in core Mahjong rules. They have beautiful layered tiles that you could choose your favorite colors. They have storage bags, accessories, and entertainment items. Featured is Oh My Mahjong Amethyst Mahjong mat, which has the core rules printed on them. It's beautiful colors of purples and pinks and blues, and it has beautiful peacock bird on it. It's just lovely. It's perfect for your game to dress up your table. And featured also are the Gemma tiles that were intended to go with the mat, but you could choose any tiles you like, or vice versa, any mat you like to go with the Gemma tiles. They are beautifully paired and they would make any table stunning for your next Mahjong game. Head on over to Oh My Mahjong for the size and dimensions and the colors of the layers in the tiles, and make sure they fit your needs. While at checkout, don't forget to use the code MAHJ Class to get 10% off so they know that I sent you and you get 10% off. Enjoy shopping at Oh My Mahjong. Over the last 4 weeks, we've talked about topics within switchable hands. We talked about reasons you need to switch hands. That was when we discussed the 2025 switchable hands. We talked about skills you need to be able to use to switch hands. That's when we talked about the 2, 4, 6, 8 category switchable hands. Week 3, we talked about how to practice learning switchable hands and the category any like numbers. Week 4, we talked about how to prepare your hand to be switchable and the quints category. And this week we're talking about choosing what hand to switch to and the consecutive run category switchable hand. You can find the links to all the videos for the last 4 weeks in the description below. You can click on the description and then click on the link to view any category you wish or topic for the 4 weeks prior. This week we're talking about how to choose what hand to switch to. Obviously, it's all about the tiles you receive, but typically when I play, I start out with a harder hand to achieve like singles and pairs. Then if I start pulling like numbers of those items and I get more of a certain number, I'll maybe move to a quint, especially if I start pulling a lot of jokers. When I have multiple tiles of a grouping, I often move sometimes even to a concealed hand. Concealed hands are how I play all the time. You can still change your hand within a concealed hand. I have not exposed anything yet. When I play, you often hear me say I play every hand as if they're concealed, Because making exposure, you're committing to using them in your hand or finding a hand that incorporates that exposure. Finally, I would move to an exposed hand, and that's when I'm starting to call for things, and that might be because it's a must, meaning it's the last tile that's gone out. If I play this concealed hand, it's not going to work. I have to move to an exposed hand. When you're playing an exposed hand, be on the lookout. When exposing your grouping, can you still be within two hands? Maybe you can work and try to figure out what hand would be better by calling the exposure that lets you still move between the two hands, and I wait for a tile to push me towards one or the other hand. I let the tiles that I pick from the wall move me towards that hand. I do let my hand build a lot during play. I don't call because that's how I say I play almost every hand concealed. I let it build before calling. And again, I only call a grouping when I must. I'm 100% sure that I'm going to play that hand. And again, please be aware whether it's an exposed hand or concealed when you're calling, because obviously you can't call for a concealed hand. You can for the last tile for Mahjong. And what groupings you're calling, right? Some of them we can't call. As I mentioned, we talked about switching hands so far, 4 out of the 9 categories, and tonight we're going to go over consecutive run, each line and which hand you can switch to. I'm going to use real tiles, and so we'll go to that in a minute. And again, we've talked about the first 4 categories up to quints in tonight's consecutive run. So we're diving into consecutive run and switchable hands. We're going to break it down by the line of the category, and I'll show you what other hands can you achieve by that line. As of this point, I'm probably starting to repeat switchable hands, which is good in a way because then I'm teaching you and you're starting to remember which hands go where. I'm learning just like you. This is also very helpful for myself to be able to switch hands. So here we go. I set up my table to start practicing. I emptied out all my tiles and I grabbed a rack, and I am ready to practice making hands and switching hands. All the beautiful tiles from Oh My Mahj. We're starting with the consecutive run category, line number 1. Line number 1 either has to be 1 to 5 or 5 to 9, and it has to be these numbers only. Line number 1 has a lot of switchable hands, but really I think it would be that you would stay in the category and pick a hand of all one suit to switch to. The reason why you might want to switch is because in that hand you need a pair of 9s and you need a pair of 5s on the second part of the hand, and sometimes they're hard to get if you don't have at least, I like to play this hand if I at least have a pair and one of another pair, so 75% of the pairs. You can always switch to, again, any hand with any one suit, which would be line number 2, line number 3, line number 5, line number 6 within the same category. And really what I would like to see sometimes is singles and pairs, line number 1. That is a run of numbers with wins. So if you have some wins, maybe hold on to them and try for the run of numbers, especially if you don't have any jokers. So pretty much you have to stay within the category of consecutive run. I'm sure you can go to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 by taking out the 6s and the 8s. You have 5, 7, 9. But again, I think the best would be to stay within the category. Line number 2, let's look at that. Line number 2 is any 4 consecutive numbers. It's pung, kong, pung, kong. This is one of the easier hands to make for the fact that you don't need to have any singles or pairs, and you can use jokers in any grouping. This is all one suit, and you can obviously switch to line number 1. You can go to line number 3. When it's all one suit, obviously you have to find an all one suit hand. One of the things you'd like to think about is, what if it wasn't all one suit and it was 2 different suits? So we could take out this second half and put in two different suits. So you have a pung of 8s and then a kong of 9s. This is the second half of line number 2. You can move to a different category from consecutive run to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and play line number 5, the second half, because we're using the numbers 7 and 9, and then we would have to get rid of the 8s to move to line number 5 in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And this would all be also if you were to pull some flowers. And then you would have to get in the opposite suit, which would be dot 1, 3, 5. Now let's say we were playing consecutive run, second hand, second half, and we were using the numbers 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, this hand's pretty easy to make in my opinion because you can use joker as anywhere, but consider what hand you would switch to. Line number 2, second half consecutive run, you can move to line number 3, second half, and pull the numbers 3 and 5 or 4 and 6. Obviously you have to change the suit in between. You have to have the pairs, which is the hard part of the hand, is having the pairs. And in line number 3, you also have to gain some flowers. So if I was playing that hand, I might keep the 5s, and I could still maybe even keep the 4s, or I could keep the 3s, however I want to play that. I have to change a suit here. If I should get more of something or jokers, I can possibly maybe dump the 3s and use a different suit. So we have to use BAMs. So if I had some 3s, I can go from line number 2 to line number 3, and maybe I can fill in with jokers. And obviously I need to have flowers. You need to have 4 flowers. And this is when you're pulling other tiles, just giving you another option of how to play the hand. I was able to switch from line number 2 to line number 3. When you have all one suit, the easiest thing is to switch to an all one suit hand, which would be line number 5 and 6. And that would mean you would just have to maybe pull some dragon. So you have to pull either the matching dragon or the opposite dragon. So the matching dragon would be the green dragon. And then obviously some flowers. So line number 5 would be 2 flowers. You could have a pair of 5s, a pung of 6s, a kong of 7s, and then you have to have the matching dragons. So you can easily switch when it's all one suit. The one beneath that is the same type of hand, except this time you need opposite dragons and no flowers. So if you do not get flowers, you're going to have 5, 6, a kong of 7s, and then opposite dragons. So it's key important in this lesson to hold on to your flowers and dragons so that you can switch hands. So you have the grouping again from line number 2, consecutive run, pung, kong, 3, 4, 5, 6. If for some reason somebody had your 4s or your 5s, you can move to 3, 6, 9, line number 1, second half, or first half. They both contain a pung of 3s and then opposite 6s. And so if you did the first half of 3, 6, 9, you would need the matching 6s of the 3 BAMs. So we need 6 BAMs. Then you would have a pung of 6s, and then you would need a kong of 9 dots. And then we just went from consecutive run line number 2 to 3, 6, 9. If you completed the second half of 3, 6, 9, these 9s would have to be a different suit. So we're going to take those 9s out, and we have bams and dots. We would need cracks, and we need 4 9 cracks. Again, we went from consecutive run, line number 2. You just have to be aware what tiles you need to collect. We're doing the second half. We started with 3, 4, 5, 6. And we moved to 3, 6, 9, line number 1. Now, depending on the second hand and consecutive run, what 2 suits you're using and what numbers, you can also move over to 2, 4, 6, 8, number 2. This is a fun hand you can try to make. You could do line number 2 if you should pull some 2s and flowers. You could take the 4s and the 6s and try for line number 2. You would obviously need some flowers. You need 2 flowers, and then you need the opposite suit. So we have 4 and 6 in dots and bams. We would need 2s in cracks. And again, remember, we're switching hands. We're looking for a backup hand if our hand doesn't work out. So you have 2 cracks, 4 dots. You could use a joker in here, and then 6 bams with a joker. So we went from the second half, second run, to the second line in 2, 4, 6, 8, the first one. That same line, we could have went to the second half if we were using different numbers. We started off with 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let's try it with different numbers. This time I start off the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, somebody might put up all your 5s and then your hand's kind of destroyed. So then you're going to switch over to 2, 4, 6, 8, line number 2, the first half. You're going to move your joker over. You're going to have 2, and then you're going to get rid of the 3s, 4. So it's 2 plus 4, and then you need 6s in the opposite suit. So we have cracks and dots. We need bams, 6s. You can use a joker obviously in here, and then you need a joker or another 4, and then obviously you need 2 flowers. And you can move from consecutive run, line number 2, second half, to 2, 4, 6, 8, line number 2, first half. So this is line number 3. You have 4 flowers, a Kong of 3s, a pair of 4s, and a Kong of 5s in all one suit. This is the first half. Obviously, the easiest hand to move to is the one above it. If you should not get your flowers, you can move above it and you can play maybe 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be the easiest hand to move to, so from line number 3 to line number 2 above it. Again, if we change out some of these numbers, that we could start again with line number 3. We can start with line number 3, and then you could possibly move to line number 6 if you take out. You have 3 and 5, and this is in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. You would need to get the 1s to match and the matching dragons. You would need the 1s to match, and then you would need the opposite dragons. So you have 3 1s, 3 3s, 4 5s, and then the opposite dragons, which would be the bams and the cracks. That's line number 6 and 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. You could also go to line number 3 and 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. You would have the 1s, the 3s, the 5s, and then you would need matching dragons. So it's important to hold on to those dragons to be able to switch hands. In a previous video, I mentioned to set up your hand to be switchable and to hold on to those power switchable tiles, which were flowers and dragons. So this would be a great switchable hand from line number 3 in consecutive run to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. This again could be made if it was upper numbers of 7, 9. Back to line number 3, and this time we're using 7, 8, 9 with the 4 flowers all in one suit. You can move to line number 4 in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. You would need 4 flowers. You would not use the 7s and the 8s, you would use the 9s. Then you have to fill in with the ones of matching dots. So you have 1 and 9 in the same suit, and then you would need the 1 and the 0 for 10 in a different suit. So 1 and 0 for 10 in a different suit. So we moved from consecutive run, line number 3, all in one suit, to line number 4 in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. We're possibly playing line number 3 in mixed suits the second half. We have our 4 flowers, we have the numbers 7, 8, 9. Remember, they can be any 3 consecutive numbers representing 3 different suits. This is a great opportunity to get more value for your hand. You can move to the quints, line number 1. Maybe you weren't able to get all these flowers, so maybe you only had a pair, or you were missing one and you were waiting to call Mahjong. If you were to pull jokers, you could have the 7s, the 8s, with a quint of 9s. This would be a beautiful hand and goes from a 25-cent hand to a 40-cent hand. Some of you might have been playing this hand and played it this way, which I just moved the jokers around. This would give you the 25 cents. But consider going up to a quint hand and moving your jokers around and scoring more value and impressing yourself and your friends when you have this hand, and you can move the jokers around and go for a quint. You just need a quint of 9s. In this example, again, it can be any run. It doesn't have to be 7, 8, 9. This is my example for today. Try a quint hand and impress yourself as well as your fellow players. Let's move on to line number 4 in consecutive run and see where we can move from there. On line number 4, consecutive run, we have 3 suits and we have 5 consecutive numbers, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or 3 flowers. This hand wasn't working out for you. You could move to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, line number 5, the second half. You would keep the flowers, you would keep the 5 and the 7s, and you could change over and get 1, 3, 1, 3, 7, and then we need 9s in the opposite suit. So that would be BAMs. So that's a good switchable hand. Another way to play that hand, we could possibly move back up to that quint hand again. If for some reason maybe we couldn't get our flowers and we're going to play the top quint hand and we pulled some jokers. So we have 6, 7, 8. I think this is showing you that that quint hand at the very top is very versatile with the consecutive run hand. It's a good pivot option, especially getting jokers. Take a second and maybe see if you can make your consecutive run hand a better hand by making it a quint for more value. When you're playing for points in a tournament or playing for money, you obviously want to get the most value. And also, it's a great way to impress yourself that you were able to change a consecutive run hand to a quint consecutive run hand by just switching your jokers around. It's a beautiful hand. Give it a try. We're looking at consecutive run, line number 5. We have a pair, a pung, a kong, and a pung. This hand may be difficult to achieve the flowers, the pairs, or the dragons if somebody else uses them. This hand, as I mentioned, goes again with line number 1. The common tiles in that line are the 5s, the 6s, and the 7s. Obviously, you have to get the 8s and the 9s, which might be difficult, but just keep that in mind and hold on to those numbers when you're collecting during the Charleston or playing. The same hand can also move to line number 2. We've mentioned this already when we were talking about line number 2. Line number 2 is 4 numbers. We only have 3 here, so you would have to pick an additional number. And then that hand also can jump to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, line number 3. We would be struggling maybe to get these flowers, so you would have 5, get rid of your 6s, 7, you would need your 9s, and you would only need 3 7s and 4 5s. So again, depending on what you're collecting during the Charleston or what you pick up from the wall. So you have 5, 7, 9, and your 3 dragons. So 4 5s, 3 7s, 4 9s, and 3 dragons. So you can jump categories sometimes when you're switching hands, but you have to be aware of what's been discarded on the table, what's still left, what people have exposed to be able to jump a category. We're going to move on to line number 6 in consecutive run. This is a nice hand also. We're starting with the number 6. This is line number 6 consecutive run. It's pung, pung, kong, and opposite dragons. A great alternative to this, obviously you can jump up to consecutive run line number 1, second half, line number 2. We talked about these all same suit hands, but now we're going to jump over to the 2, 4, 6, 8 category from line number 6 consecutive run to 2, 4, 6, 8. Line number 1, you have 6 and 8 here, so why not use it? Obviously, again, you're paying attention to what's been discarded, and then you have to collect the 2s and 4s in a different suit. So we'll use dots. You need a pung of 2s and a kong of 4s. And these are recovery hands or pivot hands. This is when your hand goes bust and you're trying to recover. Don't give up. Try a different hand and see if you can make it work. So we went from line number 6 to line number 1 in 2, 4, 6, 8. You can also go to line number 5 if you should pull flowers. But that's when you play line number 6 all in one suit, and you pull the 6s and 8s, and then maybe you have the matching suit. You have your 3 flowers, you need your matching suit of 2s, you need 4s, pairs. This one's even harder, but you never know what you get in the picking and discarding. Pungs of 6s and kong of 8s. You can make line number 5 from line number 6. It's a good switchable hand. Let's look at line number 7 with like numbers. This hand's a great hand to play this year. I feel a lot of people are playing it, and it's a great switchable hand also. You can play with 5 of a number. The pair has to match the like numbers. In this instance, I'm using 8s. This is a great switchable hand to line number 7, consecutive run to any like numbers, line number 1. You have 2 flowers, the number 8, say you didn't get this little run, which I don't think it's too hard to achieve, but you would have the number 8 as your pair at the end. Then you would have the 8s with the matching dragon and the 8s with the matching dragon. So that went from line number 7 in consecutive run to line number 1 in any like numbers. Let's go back to line number 7 and see where else we can move. Line number 7, consecutive run. Let's move to line number 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. We would need 2 flowers. Remember, it doesn't have to be the number 2. It could be the number 8 and 8 with the opposite dragon. We have bams and cracks. We would need dots as the opposite dragon, which is the white dragon. And we use the number 8 instead of the number 2. Let's go back to number 7 and let's try to switch to a different hand. What if our whole hand in number 7 didn't have 8s in it? Let's try it with a different number and a different run. Let's do 6s. So we need 5 numbers in a row, and the 6s can be anywhere, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need one more number. We can do a 2 maybe. And since the pair is 6s, we have to have the Kongs different suit, but they have to be 6s. We need one more set of 6s, and they have to be in dots. So we have no flowers. We have 5 numbers with the pair being 6s, so the 6s have to be in Kongs that are matching. We can switch over to line number 3. And if you look at line number 3, they don't have to be 3s. In the parentheses, it says it can be 6s or 9s. So we have some 6s already here. We can get rid of this whole grouping if we can't get that little run. And then we have 6s and 6s, and now we need the dragons to match. You're seeing again how important it is to hold on to the dragons. And then we need the dots, which is the white dragon. And now we've just made line number 3 and 3, 6, 9. That same hand that we were playing in consecutive run, line number 7, we can also move to line number 5. Let's see what that looks like. This is line number 7 in consecutive run, and we're going to move to line number 5 in 3, 6, 9. This has even more tiles in common. You have a 3 and a 6, so we don't need the 2, 4, or 5. And now we just need to fill it in with another 3. This does have 3 pairs in it, so it is a little harder. But again, we're trying to recover from hands that we are a bust at. So we have a pair of 3s, a pair of 6s, a pair of 9s, and then you need Kongs of like numbers of 6s. You could have done it with 3s or 9s. So this is a great switchable hand. We're taking a look at the last hand in consecutive run, line number 8. You need 2 flowers, a run, 3, 4, 5 of 3 numbers, and then it repeats 3, 4, 5 in a different suit. So it's any 3 consecutive numbers repeating in a different suit. Here's your opportunity to start with a harder hand and then move to this hand. I know this hand is concealed. You can't call for any of it unless it's your last tile for Mahjong, but take a look at singles and pairs, line number 4. When you collect in the Charleston, I tell you to collect all the suits and just focus on the numbers. So if I was playing this hand in the Charleston, I'd be collecting 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5 in all 3 suits. So I would also be having groupings of BAMs in that collection. Maybe you would pull the makings for that hand. You would need a pair of 4s, a pair of 5s, a pair of 4s, a pair of 5s, a pair of 4s, and a pair of 5s. This would become a singles and pairs hand and of a higher value at 50 points over line number 8 in consecutive run of 30 points. If that hand didn't work out in singles and pairs, I like always trying to level up my game and make it more challenging for myself and not playing the same hands. Try the singles and pairs hand, and then you can always move to the consecutive run or vice versa depending on the tiles you collect. That's a great switchable hand, consecutive run line number 8 to singles and pairs line number 4. Let's head on over to ilovemahj and start practicing our consecutive run category and switching hands. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this part of the video where we're switching hands, and I love hearing from you if you like when I use live tiles. So in order to switch hands, as I've mentioned many times, you have to be flexible and observant and keep your options open. Be willing to switch to another hand based on your discards and exposures and what you pick from the wall. And even during the Charleston, it sometimes begins at the very beginning of the game. It is often easier to stay within the same section. As you can see, I have offered some other options or possibilities in switching from one category to another across categories. It's a little harder, but you're always going to want to try to switch your hand and not give up. Now let's head on over to ilovemahj and play a game or 2 or 3 or 4 so that we can try switching hands. Please consider becoming a channel member. Take your love of Mahjong to the next level and join a Mah Jongg Class channel. While the content is free, you can decide to support the Mah Jongg Class channel. There are 3 levels to choose from. Just click on the main page and click join, and you can read all about them. As again, you've been supporting me, and if you haven't, please consider so with the free ways by clicking on subscribe, giving thumbs up, sharing the videos with friends, and commenting below anything you'd like to share about Mahjong. Now you could become a channel member by giving a small monetary donation, and please consider becoming one. And thank you for those who are my channel supporters. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you're here each week. While you're on the home page, you can also decide to search looking for a topic by clicking on the magnifying glass. It's easy to look up videos. If you don't find the topic, please email me and I'll be sure to post a new video. ilovemahj offers a 2-week trial, but they've been generous enough to give us the code CB. If you wish to join ilovemahj, you can try it out for 3 weeks using the code CB for 21-day trial. It's a perfect time to do so to get your skills up on all the things we're talking about, and you can practice in their exercise room or play a game against the bots, or you can ask your friends to join you and play online. Maybe they're in a different state. You can also play on ilovemahj. Use the code CB at registration and get 3 weeks for free. It's an upgrade from 2 weeks. Good luck, and I hope you enjoy the site as much as I have. I've been a member since 2021, and it's really helped me in my game. Now let's head over to ilovemahj and play a game. On ilovemahj, we're going to go play Game Lunch, play with bots, official game, and I like playing advanced, and launch our game. We're not open to live games, so I'm going to talk while we play so we don't need others on here. We're going to sort by suit. We're going to look for our pairs. We have 7s, 4s, and 8s. Now, they don't all kind of go together. I guess we could play 4, 5, 6, 7, but we're missing a 5 and the 6 that match. I like 7, 8. We could do 7, 8, 9, or we can play 2, 4, 6, 8. In any of those categories, we can get rid of the south, 7, 8, 9, the 3, and the 8. We picked up another 8 and a 6 and a 2. There is the hand 2, 4, 6, 8. Maybe we start getting rid of the 7s. Oh, that's bad. I'm gonna get rid of this 4 and this 2. A 3, a 9, and a south. I think we're gonna end up with 2, 4, 6, 8. We're going to continue. Oh, Kurt stopped it. We're gonna do 3. We're gonna get rid of these dragons and the 7, and we can also get rid of the 9. Maybe we'll take back a dragon. Get rid of the 9. And we got a 4 back. Let's get rid of the north. Prioritize your discards. Keep the ones that you think you might use, maybe, and then definitely not.
North.
So I'm thinking 2, 4, 6, 8 right now. Line number 4. We don't have any jokers, but we have a lot of 8s.
Flower. West.
I need some flowers, so I need some jokers, and we need the 2 crack.
9 dot. 7 dot. North. Green. 8 crack.
I don't think we need either of these.
4 dot. South.
I don't think we're going to use that 6 dot either. Probably move that over.
7 dot. South. 1 dot. 2 bam. 1 dot. Flower.
So right now I'm pretty set in a hand. A lot of flowers, 2 flowers went out. We might have to make a decision
West.
if we don't get any jokers to play a hand that doesn't have flowers. We're getting a bunch of pairs. The singles and pairs hand is flowers 2, 4, 6, 8 with matching dragons, so that's not really going to help us. We have pairs of 4s, pairs of 6s and 8s. Oh, the bottom hand in 2, 4, 6, 8. That might work with 8s and 8s. We can let this go.
4 bam. Flower. 9 crack.
Yeah, flowers might be done for
2
us.
crack. 7 crack.
There's 1, 2 crack
9
also.
bam. 1 bam. 5 dot. West. 3 dot. 9 dot.
We need some 2 cracks.
9 crack.
A 2 dot.
6 dot. 4 dot. 7 crack. Green.
Oh, finally a
2 dot.
joker.
Call. Flower.
Oh, the 2 dots.
3 crack. 5 crack. Call. 4 bam. 5 dot.
2 and 5. So a pung of 2s and a kong of 5s is going to be in 2025.
3 bam. Call. 9 bam.
Got the 2.
Red. 8 dot.
Need a pair of 2s.
4 crack. 3 dot. Red. 8 bam.
Guess nobody needs those
8
reds.
crack. Flower. Red. 2 bam. 2 bam. South. 6 crack. Flower. North.
I guess I could have kept the 4 and the 6 and did a whole crack hand. 5 dot we don't
5
need.
dot. Green. East. 4 bam. Green. 7 bam. Call.
I think
3
this will be a
dot.
wall game. I don't think we're changing anywhere.
2 dot.
2 dots are up here.
1 dot. 4 bam. 6 bam. 7 dot. 9 crack. 9 crack. East. 6 dot. 2 bam. 7 crack. East. 1 bam. 8 crack.
Oh, bummer. There's one more 8 crack left.
5 dot.
Our hand is a bust.
9 dot. 4 crack. 9 dot. East. So. 7 bam. 4 dot.
We need an 8 and a 2.
Mah Jongg.
Oh boy. Kurt won. He got the 1s and the 9s, which was the key. Look at all those jokers. He has 4 jokers for the 5s that he doesn't have. And that's because he was competing with Amstead. He had the 5s. Congratulations to Kurt. He played line number 1, pairs on the end with pungs and kong in the middle, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, all in one suit. And he was playing 20-25, which we guessed, a pung of 2s, a kong of 0s, a pung of 2s with the matching kong of 5s. She had a bit of ways to go. Amstead was playing 1, 3, 3, 5, and 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, line number 2. On to the next game.
First Charleston.
Sort by suit. Look for your pairs. We have 5, 6, 5, 6. There is the bottom hand, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6 with flowers, which we don't have. Let's keep 4, 5, 6. And we'll get rid of the wins. 4, 5, 6. Nothing. We're going to continue.
Second Charleston.
4, 5, 6. And I'm going to do it in bams and dots. South 8, 8. We're just collecting 4, 5, 6. South 8, 1.
Courtesy pass.
8 and a, oh, there's the 4 for 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And we can get rid of 3. 3, south, and 8. I'm looking at the bottom hand in consecutive run.
So. 7 crack. 9 crack. 9 bam. So. So. South.
We need 2 flowers. That's going to be the hard part.
North. 8 dot. Red. 1 dot. East. 9 dot. 3 crack.
Can't call for anything, so just keep moving
8
along.
dot. 6 dot.
Unless there's new tiles. Oh, there's one 6 dot. Can't call for it.
8 dot. Call. 9 crack.
Ooh, Joker
9
exchange.
dot.
Nope, we didn't get anything for the 8 dot. Oh, there's 2 8 dots out, so that Joker's dead.
6 dot. 4 crack.
Can't call for the 6 dot.
West. 7 dot. 8 crack. 2 crack. 2 bam. 6 bam.
Oh, bummer.
4 dot. 2 bam. Red. 1 bam. Red. 5 crack. 9 crack. 9 bam. 7 bam. 5 crack. 1 dot. 3 bam.
Too bad we couldn't get that Joker.
Green.
And we have no
5
flowers. We could do 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5.
6 crack. North. 1 dot. 5 crack.
2, 3, 4. This is a stinker. We need some flowers.
2 crack. Green. 4 crack. 1 crack. Call. 5 crack. East. 7 crack. 4 crack. 1 dot. 9 bam. South.
Not doing so good picking.
7 bam. 7 bam. 2 dot. 2 dot. 2 dot. 2 bam. 1 bam. 2 dot.
1 bam.
1 bam. 6 dot. 3 bam.
Can't call it. It's all closed hand.
2 crack. 3 bam. 3 dot. Call. 9 dot.
Oh, Joker exchange.
Joker swap.
Ah,
Mah
somebody
Jongg.
else got it. Oh, shoot. We didn't get an opportunity to get it. Congratulations to Annie. She was playing the hand we thought we could play originally in 2, 4, 6, 8, 4 flowers, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 1 suit with 8s and 8s. It could be 2s and 2s, 4s and 4s, or 6s and 6s. Congrats to Annie. Kurt was playing Winds and Dragons, line number 4, 4 flowers. Matching dragons with news. He didn't have any of those dragons. That's crazy. Amsa was playing 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, line number 2, 1, 3, 3, 5 in 2 different suits, pung kong, pung kong. Our hand started out pretty nice. We just never got flowers. It's okay. We had the singles of 4s, the pair of 5s. We needed the other 5, and I think we missed a 6 that went out. On to the next game.
First Charleston.
So we're by suit. We have a pair of 5s, 4, 5. Let's do 4, 5, 1, 3, 3, 5. Let's get rid of the upper numbers. And a bunch of 8s. Let's see what happens. Are we gonna get a bunch of upper numbers? Do we hold the 8s and change our whole hand? 2, 3, 4, 5. We can hold the 8s maybe. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this 3. Oh, I feel like all the upper numbers. Of course, I get the 1 now. Maybe we'll get the 3 back.
Second Charleston.
Maybe we'll get the 3 back. I'm switching back to 1, 3, 3, 5. All those 8s. Oh, damn. Up there it is, 1, 3. With the 5. I'm keeping odds.
Courtesy pass.
9, 2, and 5. Oh, we got the 5. Let's see. In 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, line number 3 is matching dragon. There's also 1, 3, 5 with opposite dragons. Let's do these 3.
West.
Oh, matching dragons.
Green.
At any rate, we know we don't need the last 2.
8 dot. Flower. 2 bam. 3 bam.
Not calling because I don't know what hands I'm playing. Oh, now there's my 3 bams. I can't play 1, 3, 3, 5.
6 dot. 9 bam. 2 crack. 4 bam.
Joker exchange.
Joker swap. 6 bam. West.
So maybe we're playing 1, 3, 3, 5 with matching dragons. We need 4 1s, 3 3s, 4 5s, and 3 reds.
So.
Need another joker would make me happy. Oh, maybe we're changing 1, 3, 4, 5. We don't need these 5s.
5 dot.
We can jump to consecutive run.
9 dot. 7 crack. 9 crack. 1 bam. East. 7 dot.
Oh, we got the red.
5 dot.
I don't think we're gonna use those 4s.
1 bam. Green. 8 bam. 3 crack.
I'm not gonna call it yet.
8 dot. 6 crack. South. 2 crack. 1 bam. 7 bam.
Only call when you must.
South. 5 crack.
We need 4 of them. That's the first one to go out. I'm gonna have to let it pass.
North. 1 dot. 6 bam. 1 dot. 7 bam.
Well, we got a flower. So we could play 3, 4, 5 with matching dragons. 3, 4, 5. We can get rid of the green.
Green.
So I'm in consecutive run as well as 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
7 dot. South. 6 bam. 8 dot. 1 dot. 8 bam.
Looking for cracks. 2 flowers. Decisions. We could play 2 flower. We don't have the pair of 3s though. That would be tough. 3, but we have everything else. I don't know. Should we try it? Do we get our pair of 3s? Get rid of these 1s? We play 1, 3, 5. We need 3 3s. We need 3 3s. Let's get rid of the flowers and see what happens. Maybe somebody will call for it. Nope, nobody did.
North. West.
Gonna go with 1, 3, 3, 5.
East. 7 dot. East. 7 bam. 9 bam. 1 crack.
Okay, calling.
Call. Flower.
Getting rid of these
6
4s.
crack. 6 crack. 7 crack. 4 dot. Flower. 2 crack. Green. 9 dot. 2 dot. 2 bam. 5 dot.
Joker,
4
perfect.
crack. Mah Jongg.
Oh, that made me feel so much better. Oh, darn it. Oh well, congratulations to Amstead. 2, 4, 6, 8 with 8s and 8s at the end. That's line number 6. They have to be 8s. You can't do something different. Nice hand for him. Annie was playing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with pairs of 3s, line number 7. So she needed 3s and 3s. She needed 1 more 3. And Kurt was playing consecutive run, line number 4. 3 flowers, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And a little bit of ways to go. This kind of came together. We were like, I was kind of happy right when this happened because I was able to call for my 3s and call for my 5s. I was set and then kind of put me in a hand. I don't know if it would have been better to play the other one. We didn't have our pairs of 3s, and that was what made the decision to switch to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 because I was able to call for the groupings. Let's look at the leaderboard. We have Amstead 1-1, Annie 1-1, and Kurt 1-1, and they're all in first place, and I'm big 0. We have 1 more game to go, and let's see if we can do it. Sort by suit. Look for your pairs. We have no pairs, but we have a lot of dragons, so let's try for a Winds and Dragons hand. And that's line number 2, line number 4, or line number 8. And line number 2, there's a little bit of run. We could do 6, 7, 8, or 5, 6, 7, or 7, 8, 9. Let's get rid of the 3, the 8, and the 4. Oh, we pulled a West. That's perfect. And then we have a 6, a 1, a 9. And I'm not going to keep both of these 6s. I'm going to get rid of 1. A 5, a 9, and an 8. There is also the dragon hand with news. We need a north. Oh, we got the 5. We have 3 to pass.
Second Charleston.
So I'm looking at the second hand or the 4th hand. I don't know if there's any more wins. 1, 5, 4.
Courtesy pass.
And we did not get any more wins. We have 3 to pass. Okay, we're in the game, and like I said, we're working on the second hand or the fourth hand, and let's see how the game plays out.
8 crack, south. 9 bam, so.
Not ready to call yet.
5 crack, 3 crack, red. 2 crack. 1 bam, flower. 2 crack, south. 5 dot.
We might be
Green.
playing news.
9 crack,
Need more flowers
west.
and some jokers.
4 bam,
Well, we got the north. We're gonna play news with the dragons. So we need 3 dragons each. So the next one of each that goes out, we're gonna call for it
west.
and pray for some jokers
7
or
dots.
flowers.
7 bam, south. 8 bam, 6 dot. 9 bam, 3 bam. 4 bam, 4 crack. 6 dot. 7 crack. 7 crack.
I don't have to play slow here. I'm looking for
6 crack.
the dragons, the white and the green. So if it's not white or green, I can just pass it.
8 dot. 1 bam. 2 crack. 3 crack. 3 dot. 3 bam. 3 bam.
Oh, nobody's calling for anything.
5 dot. 5 crack. 1 dot. Red.
Oh,
3 crack. 4 bam. 8 bam. 1 dot. 1 bam. 3 dot. 7 crack. 5 dot.
interesting that nobody's called for anything.
2 bam.
Maybe this is a wall game,
4 bam.
and that's a win if it's a wall game.
8 crack. 1 crack. 6 crack. Call. 5 crack.
Oh, 2 jokers available.
North. 1 dot. 8 bam. 5 crack. East. 2 bam.
I'm gonna hold on to the red,
North. 1 dot.
although there's 2 reds out. I'm probably not gonna play red.
8 crack. 5 dot. 5 bam. 3 crack. North. 8 crack. 9 crack. Call. East. 2 bam. 8 bam. Flower.
Can't call it, we need 4.
9 bam. 3 bam. 4 crack. 6 dot.
This is crazy.
Joker swap. 9 bam. 7 dot. Call. Green.
Oh, some more jokers. Okay, let's call for those. We need 3.
Call. 6 bam. Joker swap. 1 crack. So.
Call for that. We need 3.
Call.
Now we gotta pray for some flowers
bam.
and for some
2 dot.
jokers.
3 dot. 2 bam.
3 dot. We don't need it. We need a 6 crack, 7 dot, 9 crack.
3 dot. 2 dot. Joker swap. 6
Oh,
bam.
that's done.
Call. Red. 7 bam. 1 crack.
1 crack. No one wants
1
that.
crack. 2 dot.
It's gonna be a wall game.
Joker. Joker. Red. 4 crack. Joker.
Oh
Wall
my
game.
goodness. Wall game. That's okay. We ended the game with a wall game. So each of the bots won one, and I did not win any, but the last game is a wall game, so I'll take it as a win for me. Sadly, I did not win any games this round. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that you'll join me every Tuesday at 6:30 for a new video, and you're picking up how to switch hands, or sometimes people like to use the word pivot. Hope you enjoyed the consecutive run category, and next week we'll work on 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.